Hello students, welcome to part 19 of chapter Morphology of Flowering Plants. Today we'll discuss about different parts of fruits. What is a fruit? Fruit can be defined as it is a mature or ripened ovary, usually which is formed after fertilization. So ovary in a flower after fertilization ripens to form a fruit. For example, plum or mango. If the fruit is formed without fertilization of the ovary, then we call it as a parthenocarpic fruit. And the phenomenon is called as parthenocarpy. Very important, one mark definition can be asked, what is parthenocarpy? So a fruit, when it is formed without fertilization of the ovary, it is called as parthenocarpy and the fruit is called as parthenocarpic fruit. Banana, grapes, these are example of parthenocarpic fruits, fruits formed without fertilization. Let us see about pseudocarpic fruits, also called as false fruits. When fruit develops from any other part, floral part of the flower, not ovary, it can be a thalamus or a receptacle which is becoming a fruit, then it is called as a false fruit or a pseudocarp. For example, apple, pear. In apple and pear, the thalamus it grows around the ovary and forms the main edible part of the fruit. So if you can look at this diagram, these are seeds as you can see in the picture. This is the fruit actually which is papery in case of apple. Even in pear it is similar. And this fleshy edible part which we are eating in an apple is nothing but a thalamus. Thus, thalamus becomes or the receptacle becomes the false fruit. Such fruit is called as a pseudocarp. Apple is one example, pear, even in strawberry, the receptacle becomes the fruit. We'll study about strawberry fruit again when we study about aggregate fruit. Now let us see what are the different parts of a typical fruit. A typical fruit consists of two parts, pericarp and seed. Pericarp is also called as fruit wall. It is developed from the wall of the fertilized ovary. So in case of an ovary, suppose this is a ovary, the style, the stigma after fertilization, the wall of the ovary, it forms the pericarp, and the ovules after fertilization, the ovules inside the ovary, they will form the seed. So seeds are developed from fertilized ovules. I hope you understood. There are two parts of a typical fruit, a pericarp and seed. Pericarp is also called as fruit wall. It is developed from the wall of the fertilized ovary, whereas the seed is developed from fertilized ovules. Let us see pericarp in detail. The fruit wall pericarp, it can be a dry one, dry pericarp, or it can be a fleshy pericarp. In a dry pericarp, the pericarp is very thin and it is not further differentiated. Example, pea. You might have seen a pea or a legume, groundnut, bean. All these are having dry pericarp. Listen, students, dry fruit doesn't means cashew nuts and almonds over here. It is dry pericarp. Fruit having dry pericarp is called as a dry fruit. Whereas fleshy pericarp, if the fruit has fleshy, thick, differentiated pericarp, then it is called as a fleshy fruit. Now, fleshy pericarp can be further classified as it is having three parts. The outermost part is called as the epicarp, middle part is called as the mesocarp, and inner part, inner fleshy fruit of the pericarp is called as endocarp. So, pericarp of a fleshy fruit consists of epicarp, mesocarp, endocarp. Example, mango. Let us see the parts of a fruit wall in a typical fruit. So outermost is epicarp, middle is mesocarp, and innermost is endocarp. These three they form the pericarp. These three forms the pericarp. And what is there inside the pericarp? There is the seed. What is the function of outermost epicarp? It forms the skin or the protective covering of the fruit. Middle mesocarp, it sometimes it is fleshy as in mango. The juicy, fleshy, sweet part which we eat, edible part of the mango is the mesocarp. Sometimes it is fibrous in case of coconut, the thread-like things which are coming. The fibrous part, it is the mesocarp. Innermost is the endocarp. It is thin, it is membranous as you can see in orange, or it can be hard and stony as in mango, coconut or plum. So these three, epi, meso and endocarp forms the pericarp and inside it lies the seed. The seed, the fruit wall may enclose either one seed or there may be many seeds which are developed from the fertilized ovules. Let us see again in the diagram. So in case of mango, it is a true fruit. It is a fleshy fruit. This outermost greenish, reddish, orange color of mango, the skin we call it as epicarp. The orange and the sweety pulp which we eat, it is the mesocarp which is fleshy and juicy. Then there is a stony endocarp, and inside the stony endocarp lies the seed. In case of coconut, the green part of the coconut, this part, the greenish part is the epicarp, this fibrous part is the mesocarp, and this brown layer which is present inside it is the endocarp. This white color thing which we see inside, which we eat, which we call copra, it is actually the endosperm, and seed is arising somewhere here. So seed is arising here. So coconut, it is having fibrous mesocarp. Okay, and if we talk about orange and plum, look at orange. Plum is almost like an mango. You can see plum. So this is the epicarp in plum. This is the fleshy mesocarp, a stony endocarp, and then there is a seed. But look at the orange. Orange is little bit different. This outermost covering, the yellow, this yellow part, it is called as the epicarp. Only the outer rind, the peel, it is the epicarp. If you see this thick fleshy region inside the orange color, it is forming the mesocarp. It is also called as pith or albedo, and inside it the membranous endocarp is present, and inside the endocarp the carpels are there. These are called as carpels. Basically they are the juicy thing, they are storing the juicy endosperm. And yes, of course, there are seeds which are arising here because exile placentation, no. So yeah, so we have studied different types of fruit today, different parts of fruit today. In next video we'll discuss about classification of fruits in detail. So I hope you understood. Thank you.